Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 16th episode of the Potato Aim Podcast, brought to you by Middle of Nowhere Entertainment. I'm BumpyRug. You can find me at twitch.tv/BumpyRug. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and alternating Saturdays, Sundays. You can also find me on Instagram at BumpyRug and Twitter at RugBumpy.
And I am Raveneff. You can find me on twitch.tv/Raveneff and on Instagram and Twitter at Raveneff0_O.
All right, now, before we kick off the episode, we just want to make an announcement that Call of Duty is less than 2 weeks away, Modern Warfare release. We're super excited. We talked about it on the podcast several times. I think everybody in the Middle of Nowhere Entertainment team is pretty excited for this game. We're going to be doing a giveaway. So me, Johnson Tie 55, Angry Pig, we're going to be doing a 12-hour stream on the midnight release. I'm staying on for the whole 12 hours. They're going to be on and off the stream as we go. It's going to start at 11 p.m. when it releases here, and it's going to go until 11 a.m. into that Friday morning. So we'll be on there. Now, we're doing a giveaway. It's a special giveaway that we haven't done before. It's a way to get back to you guys, everybody who's listened to us and supported our streams, podcast, stuff like that. It's going to be a copy of the game, free copy of the game. So even if you don't want it or you've been on the fence about it, you don't have to take the copy and give it away, but it's going to be for whatever system you play it on, whether it be PlayStation, Xbox, PC. And then we're going to have another special gift that's going to go with that. So a little package. So you're not just getting the game, you're getting a little extra on the side. And that's going to be courtesy of our buddy Angry Pig. I'm going to give a little bit more detail on the next episode of the Potato Aim when we get closer to the release date of what it's actually going to be. But all you got to do to enter that is hop on the stream. You don't got to follow. You don't got to subscribe. You don't got to send us money and nothing like that. All you got to do is just type something in the comments. You'll go into a raffle. The raffle will be done the last 10 minutes of the stream. I'll do it live so everybody sees who wins. And I'll also announce the winners on that following episode of the Potato Aim Podcast. So several chances to get in there and win. Free copy of the game, like I said. So speaking of Call of Duty, the two things we'll hit on. They came out and said it. No loot boxes. That we know of. No loot boxes. So the whole pay to win rumor, getting guns and drop packages and stuff like that, it's not happening. It's not a pay to win, which I love that. I hope they stick to it. Also, there's a new game type for the game mode 2v2, or the doubles. Now, regular doubles, you spawn in. Everybody has the same kit, same loadout. You pretty much go heads on with another team, and the new twist to it that they added is that there's going to be another game mode for it where it's kind of like how classic mode was in Modern Warfare. I think they had where guns are just everywhere, stim kits are everywhere, grenades are everywhere. You pick something up, you start with nothing, and you go. I think it's going to add a little bit more sense of panic to an already pretty heart pumping game mode as it is. So I like that. I think it's going to add some more to the game mode.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I love the old school style, the arena style. We don't have enough of those. Halo, I think, is really the only one. Well, you got Halo gears that you have weapon pickups and stuff, but I would like to see another game where you pretty much start out with nothing and you go around. I know we had the battle royales where you start with nothing and you got to run around and pick up all your shit, but it's not the same thing. As a good old-fashioned, team deathmatch or capture flag style arena game where everything is a weapon pickup. Maybe you start out with the pistol, but you got to pick up everything else. Because it just changes the style of the game so much because you got your power weapons, you got to control, you got your long-range weapons, you got your grenades or any other throwables or any other tacticals, whatever else you want to call it. It just makes an entirely different concept, an entirely different... Fuck. Wouldn't be an episode of Potato Aim if I couldn't speak properly. Jesus Christ. I quit. I'm done. I'm out. Fuck it.
He's going on the desk like I did last episode. He's going under.
Yeah. But everybody night getting to this episode to get recording. What else is new with me though, right? It wouldn't be Potato Aim.
So angry.
All the goddamn time. No, it's been a pretty good day. I can't complain too much. I'm in pretty good mood.
Drink your non-sponsored energy drink and let's get on with it.
You can't see any labels. You see nothing.
Those nutritional effects. It's like a Walgreens receipt. But anyways, moving on. Halloween events. We got some Halloween events coming up. It's the spooky month. I'm excited. I love Halloween. Love everything Halloween. But
Sure.
tomorrow, which would be Tuesday the 15th, you got the Apex Halloween event. I think it's called like Fight or Flight or Fright or Flight or something like that. They got a new game mode, um, kind of close to how like Blackout's zombie battle royal went, to where if you die, you become a zombie. In this one, you die, you become like a shadow figure or whatever, and you got to kill the last 10 surviving people on the map. I don't know if that means that they're going to be in the same team or what, but there's going to be a lot of exclusive gear. Hopefully, it's not locked behind a paywall. Hint, hint, like it was last time, the last event.
Yeah, and which we went on a big rant about that, but we'll leave that for the last
I
time.
refuse to pay $20 for a skin. Anyways, I'm off to the next one. Anyways, so speaking of the 15th, you got Overwatch's Halloween event, which I'm surprised they haven't been teasing more of. I saw like one Zenyatta emote where Zenyatta, he like looks around and then he actually like gets out of his hovering stance and he puts his feet on the ground and stretches his legs, and then he hears something behind him and then he looks and then he gets back up into the fetal position again, starts to float away. It was really funny. I'm
Oh, that's
surprised
awesome.
I haven't done something like that before, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
As a
Two,
somewhat Zenyatta, like I wouldn't say he's my main. He's probably my tertiary character.
no, because
I
Bastion's your man.
Oh, fuck you. Go fuck yourself, okay? Sorry for the harsh language. Um, anyway, yeah, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see that. And like I'm definitely gonna have to play Overwatch a little bit for the Halloween event. I love their events, man. Every year their Halloween, Christmas, their anniversary, all that shit. I love the skins and everything. So I'm gonna have to get back to it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We always enjoy it. Me and the wife, we always jump on every event they ever do. We're diehard Overwatch fans. We always have been, even though Jeff Kaplan, you got to add something new, man. We're getting itchy. So the other two that I might touch on real quick is Festival of the Lost comes out October 29th for Destiny. It's their Halloween event. They just had that new expansion come out, so they got new Halloween event, bunch of new cosmetic items that you can spend your money on because that's what they want you to do pretty much. And then Borderlands, I've talked about it before. Their Halloween event also comes out the 29th. It's gonna have a reskin or a Halloween reskin of one of the areas, and you're gonna be able to pick up a new currency called like ectoplasm or something like that. And then you're gonna be able to pick up a couple new legendaries. There's a new boss. It's gonna be a good time. I think everybody's ready for something new in Borderlands right now. Everybody's kind of flown through it. I know people who have 4 characters that are level 50 already on Mayhem 3 on True Vault Hunter mode, and it's nuts. Um, but yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the Halloween events that I'm gonna be honest with the one I care about. I didn't really look at the other ones. That's whatever. But I kick it over to Neff for the first general gaming talk.
I was gonna say to go with that Halloween one, which I haven't flown through Borderlands because we're finishing Borderlands 2 again before we get on to 3, because that's just how we are. Um, I didn't know Pokemon Go was doing a Halloween event. So for all of
They
you out
always
there,
do.
like 2 people that are doing it again this year, yeah, it starts October 17th. I thought that it was just kind of done because I hadn't seen anything about it, but it starts this Thursday, and of course, 5-star raids, Team Rocket, and it's also doing double candy for every Pokemon you catch, hatch, or transfer. The only reason why I'm throwing that out there is because I do still know quite a few people that have told me they checked this out that actually do still play Pokemon Go every once in a while. So they'll probably join in on the events. Anyway, so everybody knows The Witcher 3 is like on every goddamn platform, just like Skyrim. It's not quite as bad as Skyrim because it wasn't the last gen title, but it's out there. It's everywhere. Apparently, the preliminary reports and everything coming from the Switch is that the resolution is even subpar for the Switch in some areas, and the visuals are blurry. So, like,
Roro.
yeah, there was one commenter that I seen on an article. It was satirical, I'm sure, but he said that from what he was seeing, he wanted to go get his eyes checked because it was so damn blurry. He thought his sight was fucking up on him. I had a little bit of a chuckle there, but if it's really that bad, that sucks, man. I mean, again, it's a Switch. We knew it wasn't gonna be great, but come on, there's no reason for it to be that bad. But again, a port of the game to that, like downscaling it and everything else, is what it is. They'll update it, I'm sure, because we're at that point now where they can update graphics. So
Yeah.
gotta love that. Man, what was the other one? I had another one. I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm trying to look through my notes here. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. No, no. I feel really bad because I can't remember what it was. It's been a it's been an eventful day. What can I say? Um, God damn it, man. I apologize as I look from at my phone, which I do not like to do while we record.
Postal 4.
Postal 4, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Um, yeah, so apparently they're releasing a Postal 4. I believe it said it's in early access or early release sign up or whatever for Postal 4 on Steam. So all of you crazy people out there like myself that loved Postal 2, I didn't even know there was a Postal 3 to be quite honest with you. But all of you out there that love to just cause mayhem and urinate on random citizens and everybody and use a cat as a suppressor for your weapon and things like that. Yeah, there you go. That's just a game for you. I
Piss
know.
on people and use a cat. There you go. Uh,
Oh man, I'm sorry. Suicide just held up a note that I will not actually. Fuck it. She just held up a note to me that she hand wrote on a piece of paper because she's sitting directly to my left. She said, "Who are you, R. Kelly?"
oh,
Yeah.
too soon?
No, no.
Yeah.
I,
Um, so next bit of news we had some information on the Stadia came out, and I was kind of interested to hear there's. Now, if you've seen earlier episodes of this, I've been pretty one-sided with the Stadia. I'm not interested at all, but this kind of caught my attention. They're doing a technique called delayed latency, and what that means is that the system to, I mean, we've all tried to stream or have streamed like Netflix, Hulu, not sponsored by the way, but get at us. Um, like with videos and stuff like that, and you get buffering, you get latency issues. It's hard sometimes. Well, to combat this with the Stadia, because the Stadia is going to be, as you know, or don't know, I don't know if people watch us, we're relevant. Um, but it's to combat the latency issues because it's strictly streaming games. They are going to do what's called delayed latency, and what that means is it's going to try and predict player movement and decision making on the controller. So basically, what it's going to do in the best way that I could really follow the programming when I was reading it, because I'm not a programmer and it was all gibberish to me, was what it's going to do is it's going to have three options before you make a move, A, B, or C. So if you decide to go with the C route and do that move, they've already predicted it. So they drop A and B, and they're just like, all right, there it is. He's already done it. That's what we figured they were going to do. Um, it's nifty. It's not anything new. We've had it since like, you know, the remake of Duke Nukem back in 2012, I think it was. Um,
hmm
it's just an easier way to combat the latency. I think it's pretty interesting. And Google, it's a good showing of them to take something we've had for a while and make it better suit us. So people who are getting the Stadia don't have to really worry about it. I'm not getting the Stadia. I really don't care. But I just thought it was an interesting concept to see if maybe down the road you see more companies picking that up and using that formula.
Yeah, especially as streaming games starts to get bigger. Because and let's be honest, the streaming the games and everything, as we had talked on previous episodes, the Stadia and everything else, it's kind of geared more towards those casual players that don't want to shell out $500, $600, $700 for the gaming hardware, whether it be PC or console. Um, it's these people that like maybe they play mobile games on their phone quite a bit, and they want to play some console games, but they just don't care to spend that kind of money, or maybe they just can't.
Right.
Maybe they can afford the $10 a month membership or whatever and get the controller, but that's all they can do. So at least they'll have that option. But with Google, I have faith in them to be able to do this and do it properly because they have the resources. I don't know if that's ill placed faith, But it's Google does some amazing things, and I know they have things behind the scenes that we don't know about with how they do a lot of their networking, and their engineers are top notch. So I can't wait to see more about it. I won't have it myself either because I have PlayStation, Xbox, maybe some point in PC, so I have no need for it by any means. You know, um, but for those of you that are going to get it, good luck and hopefully it works out. I know PlayStation Now. I actually enjoy PlayStation Now. I tried the trial of it and played quite a few games on it to see, and I had no issues from it. But you do got to have a good internet connection. You got to
Yeah.
have, you got to have a good upload, download. You got to have a good ping. So.
I think that's what's going to kind of hold the more casual gamers who pick it up back because
Hmm.
they're looking at it as a casual gaming, experience. They might not be as hardcore and they just want to, get into it.
Hmm.
Um, well, most people that are just doing it casually don't probably have the best internet connection.
Right.
And if you're like in our area where they actually cap your internet because they're greedy bastards, um, once they put a cap on that, your stuff starts to slow down, your
Hmm.
latency starts to slow down. So somebody like in our area who doesn't have great internet, that's gonna bog them down pretty bad.
Yeah, and like you said, with the internet caps, like we got, what is it, 1,000 gigs, so a terabyte is like what I can use every month,
Mm-hmm.
and I've passed that numerous times between streaming Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, downloading games. Like when I downloaded Halo, the Halo Master Chief Collection and Halo
Oof,
5. And then of course
oof.
all the updates for all the games that we play, like Call of Duty and Fortnite and Rainbow Six and Gears and like
Oh
everything
yeah,
else. We went over that relatively easily. So it sucks, but it is what it is. When all you got is basically one option for high speed internet,
right.
you deal with what you can deal with.
The monopoly is real. The monopoly is real.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
Next topic we're gonna shoot over to is BlizzCon's coming up. Big Blizzard fans. Uh, they've been under the scope for some controversy that I believe we touched on it in the last episode, so we won't get into it too much. But we're just going to do our general predictions of what we think we're going to see at BlizzCon, what we want to see at BlizzCon. Uh, Personally, Diablo. I love Diablo. I mean, I hope they do it right. I know Diablo
Whoa.
Immortal is going to be coming out. What? What?
I don't know. I don't know if that was your end, my end, if it's on the recording or not, but I just heard what sounded like an old school dial up connection. So, oh,
that's
yep, nope, just heard it again. I think it
that's
might
our
be coming
internet
from,
company.
yeah, it's still doing it
Uh,
periodically. Hopefully I can edit it out. But either way, let's
we'll
just keep
we'll
powering
throw
through.
through it. Anyways, so we're actually recording this from 1994, so that's why we're getting the dial-up speed internet here. But anyways, Blizzard predictions. Going back to saying Diablo, I hope they're going to do us justice after last year with Diablo Immortal getting announced. Not a lot of people are big mobile gamers, so
Hmm.
it was kind of a lackluster announcement. I hope that they're gonna announce something for Diablo 4, or they're gonna say, "Hey," I mean, I think they've said it before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like, "Hey, it's happening. We don't have any details yet, but it is coming. It is gonna happen." I hope they give us
Right,
something, a sneak peek, a teaser trailer, anything, even talking about it. Like, "Hey, it's gonna take place here. These are, you're gonna have four heroes like you did before. They're gonna be brand new heroes. They're gonna be returning heroes. Just give us something." Even I would take stuff on Diablo Immortal and be like, hey, you play Diablo Immortal, it's going to tie into Diablo 4. So it gives you more incentive to play it. There's no microtransactions, which there's going to be microtransactions if it's a mobile game. Everybody knows that. Um, as far as like StarCraft, I've never personally been a big StarCraft player. I was big into Command and Conquer. I know that it's kind of the same play style. Uh, so I really don't have any judgment calls on that end. I'm cool. I'll back up and let you comment on the whole Diablo StarCraft thing.
Okay, so Diablo, yeah, I agree with you with hoping that they do something to where it kind of drives people to play the mobile title a little bit more because I've had no interest in it. Like we said previously, the only mobile game I really play is little time wasters, and now Call of
Hmm.
Duty Mobile. Like I have no interest in majority of the mobile games because they're so bogged down with ads or everything is behind that paywall, and you gotta either wait like 4 hours for your troops to get built, or you can pay the low price of 9.99 for every 10 troops you're trying to create, or some stupid shit like that. Talk about
Hmm.
pay to win for fuck's sakes. But moving on before I go into a big ass rant over something so fucking petty and stupid. No, Diablo I would love to see. Whether it's Diablo 4, I would love to see a massive expansion or something like that for Diablo 3. Bring like a bunch of new style characters or something like that. I say a bunch, but like three new style characters or something instead of the traditional ones that we've had. Like I mentioned before with Borderlands, part of what gets boring to me about some of the games is that you get four characters and they don't add any more when they do all the DLC. So when you cap everybody out and you've already got crazy builds with them, you have nowhere else to go. And then you're always going to have those one or two characters that just aren't worth playing because they're so weak, even when you got them maxed out.
Oh yeah.
So add more characters. Find something like there's always a way that you can change a character, even if it's the same class change add different races or whatever to it or something, do something to make it fresh and makes people want to play. um and then StarCraft, I've always loved StarCraft. I've never been good at it. I was much better I was much better at Age of Empires and Command and Conquer and things like that than I was at StarCraft. That Zerg rush always fucked me up. No matter what I tried to do, I couldn't stop it. Honestly, I didn't play it enough, but I absolutely love the game. I love the turn-based style, or real, sorry, not turn-based style, the RTSs. I don't know why it's a turn-based. Anyway, absolutely love RTS titles. Always have, always will. Want to see a lot more of them, especially come to console. I would be happy. But yeah, I think it's time to come out with a new one because the competitive scene has died down quite a bit. I used to watch it
Hmm.
back when it was big, before League took everything over. Um, you know the StarCraft tournaments with MLG and everything else were so intense and so much fun to watch. Now it's just it's dropped by the wayside, and of course it's always the freaking Koreans that won it, man. I'm telling you, they just
Where
God,
that training is, man. Got to
it's
move to Korea, get that training.
yeah, we need some guys to come over here from Korea and like open up some academies or something for gaming. Like we got to do what they're doing or something, man, because they're so far ahead of us. Like it's ridiculous, and that's a
So
compliment. I don't mean that in any
lucrative
negative
business
light,
opportunity there.
right? Man,
Um,
they could come over and make a killing on that.
moving on. As far as World of Warcraft, I know you really don't have too much of an opinion. I really don't have any speculation. My WoW days are far behind me. I love the lore. I love the title. I love the game. I mean, it was fun, but I just don't have the time to dedicate because I feel like that's a game you really gotta
Yeah.
grind out and you really gotta throw like everything at. They're doing great things with it with bringing out WoW Classic, going back to vanilla. Looks good. Let's hope they keep that forward momentum. I hope the best for the WoW community and everything, and I'll continue to support it even though I really don't play it anymore. As far as Overwatch, Jeff Kaplan, please, I am begging you, give us something good. Give us something. Last BlizzCon, you announced Ash as a playable character. You gave us that new cinematic. We haven't had a cinematic in a while. I'm hoping that they either put in a PVE mode. People are saying, "Oh, I want Overwatch 2." You don't need it. You don't need Overwatch 2. Fix the game you have. They did great with putting the role queue in. Me and my wife, very adamant, Overwatch players. We do comp every season. We've talked about this, off camera and everything. We like where they're going with it, and they need to keep that momentum going, and they need to put like for the last what is it 3 to 4 years we've had the same like events, Halloween, Christmas, summer games, anniversary, April's event with the throwbacks to the PVE modes.
Mhm.
That's all good and fine, but if you don't really change them more than a little tweak here and there or a new map, it's not that exciting. I'd like to see them reveal a new character or two new characters this year because we got one at BlizzCon last year, but we also just got Sigma, so it might be too soon. I don't know. I want to see something new to revive the game.
I agree with you about not needing Overwatch 2. What can you do that you can't add to the game as it is right now? You know what I mean? I would like to see more characters. I would like to see maybe a different style of a character than what we already have. And I mean, we have a wide variety of style characters. You got your melees, you got your like spellcasters, basically like Moira. I would consider her to be a little bit more of a spellcaster type because of her orbs and everything else. And then you have your shooters and everything. But like, I would just like to see them kind of branch out, bring something new. Like I love what they did with Wrecking Ball, or as I like to
Mhm.
call him, Hamtaro. He just makes me think of Hamtaro.
I never thought of that. It
Yeah,
does.
that's what I always call him. Like I love what they did. Absolutely love what they did with him because it was so much different. The maneuverability and the fact that it's a freaking hamster and a goddamn ball. Like
Mhm.
it's just so out there, but it's so amazing. I just wish he was more viable because I feel like he is super underpowered. It's
Yeah.
just my opinion. But I would like to see even more new maps. I know they do a pretty good job, in my opinion, with adding maps because the last couple times I got on, I played maps that I don't remember ever seeing or hearing about. I took kind of a long break from it because playing with random teammates, especially in comp, would piss me off to no end. And you guys see how I can go on rants on here. You yeah, you don't want to know how bad I get. Just wait till Call of Duty streams and stuff. You'll see.
Yeah. I got a
um,
new headset on standby for that day. That's
you'll need one. I apologize in advance. Maybe I'll
uh
take my microphone settings down. But um, I just, man, I'm trying to think of what I would like to see come to Overwatch or see them do with Overwatch that they haven't done. Maybe figure out a new style, like a new game mode, something. Figure out something that they can add to it to kind of bring you back. Like, of course, you've got the payload escort. You've got the capture, like the King of the Hill style. You know, just I'm just trying to think of what other kind of style of game mode that they could implement that would still be fantastic. Like I know they had capture a flag and everything, and that was fun. But excuse me, I apologize. It like while it was fun, I don't think it's viable for competitive play.
mhm.
Like I don't think like a ranked game mode. I don't think it would work very well for that. Maybe like perhaps maybe like a domination style where you get your 3 points. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like different things they can bring, but they got to figure out something because their player base is kind of dying off. Because I'm hearing more and more people saying that they're quitting playing and they only play it for Lucio Ball and for like the different events. I know. That's why I specified Lucio Ball.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
they got to
Master
do
rank,
something.
baby.
They got to do something to make it fresh, and they've got to do it soon because otherwise they're just going to continue to die. I mean, honestly, I'd even take a $15 expansion that adds, 10 new characters and like 3 new maps and things. But then the problem with that is with your fan base and your player base already dwindling, you're going to have even less that get the new expansion. But if they add enough to it, maybe it'll be worth it. Because I feel like with them constantly doing everything, free characters, free maps, everything else, and having the Overwatch League and everything, like they're going to eventually start to kind of run out of money to be able to pump into Overwatch. Whether
Right.
people like it or not, the DLCs and the paid characters and the paid maps and everything all are viable to companies that are continuously putting out products like this. Like we'll kind of discuss that when we get to the next topic or the main topic of this episode. You know, that's just my opinion. I'm gonna continue trying to think about what I would like to see them do because I it's baffling me trying to figure out like what would really bring a bunch of people back. And I think a lot of people are on that point. Like, what can they do? What would you like to see?
Right.
I just
I I think like simple changes as far as like your competitive currency you get 3,000 of it, you can buy your gold gun for whatever character you want. Add different types of skins for, your weapons or add competitive skins to where it's like, Hey, I'm not just diving into comp, spinning the wheel over and over again, jumping into a comp season, getting my currency, jumping into another one. Finally, I got enough to buy my gold.
Hmm.
Have one for like 1,000, and it's a unique Reaper skin for his guns or something like that.
Right.
I mean, Jeff Kaplan's gone on record saying he doesn't like the gold gun aspect to where people are only jumping into comp for gold weapons or opportunities to get gold weapons. Um, I I don't know why he's against it because it keeps people in comp. I mean, if I wanted to, lose my mind, I could play quick play and at least have fun with it to where I'm not taking the game seriously. But comp, it's like, all right, it's grind time. I got to get that SR. We got to win. Like everybody, shut the hell up and only talk team tags. I get really into comp when it comes to Overwatch, but little changes like that, man. I mean, you could take that currency or know, I don't know. It's simple little changes. I think that's going to fix it. Not like big
Sound
dramatic.
you sound like me.
Yeah, dramatic
Dramatic.
changes
I
that are
like it.
actually going to fix the game.
I like dramatic. I gotta say, I like it.
I will say though, with the BlizzCon Virtual Pass, the Illidan Storm Rage skin for Genji looks absolutely amazing. They should have done it a long time ago. It's a very very well done skin. For those of you that have played World of Warcraft, Illidan Storm Rage, he was a major player in the Burning Crusade. Um, he, without going too far into it, because I'll go down a rabbit hole with the lore, he is probably one of the most iconic, man, I'm turning to you, iconic characters in World of Warcraft. So seeing him immortalized in a Genji skin, even though I don't play Genji very well, um, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like the idea. It just thinks that you got to pay for the whole pass to get that one skin.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Um, I was just thinking, like, what if with the characters and everything, like how Mercy had her specific class set, like her specific style for like her resing and everything.
Mhm.
What if they would bring it to where like when you pick a character, they have like two different selections that you can choose from. Like with Mercy, where you kind of go back to her original set, but maybe her healing power is a little bit less because she can revive people,
Yeah.
as quick as what she used to. And then like with Soldier, maybe you pick a class set where you still have your rifle and everything else like usual, but instead of having your Trinity rockets, maybe you get like a proximity grenade that you can shoot onto a wall or like something like that, where
Mhm.
just something to kind of change it up a little bit because you always see, especially in comp, you always see the same characters on each team.
Yeah.
Like watching the
There's
Overwatch
definitely a
League,
meta.
it's yeah, and it kind of gets annoying because it's always the same play style. Like with the dive comp, everybody just or a dive meta, not dive comp. But yeah, I'm gonna let it go before I get moving on because I loved Overwatch, man. We played the living hell out of Overwatch. I played the competitive seasons. I played it by myself. I absolutely loved it, but I don't have the urge to play it anymore like I used to. Every once in a while, I'll jump on, I'll start playing. I was like, this is why I stopped playing. I'm good.
Hmm.
But I won't install it because I still like going back every once in a while.
It's one of those games you can get mad at and you quit out of, but you're like, I can't install it, man. I can't. It's a
Right,
part of me. But
right.
did you want to take it for our main topic of discussion?
Yeah. So everybody's heard about this by now. Every motherfucking body, everybody and their mamas have been commenting on it. They've been posting to Facebook, upset. A lot of people laughing. I kind of find it
There's
funny.
floss dancing in the streets.
Yeah, pretty much. So Fortnite had their big event yesterday, Sunday the 13th of October. Season 10 ended, and they were teasing some things. They had the screensaver as a background, like loading screen. That's the word, loading screen. They had a loading screen where the battle bus was flying away, and they had a bunch of characters like waving to it and everything else. And they were teasing it, and they said the end. And of course, all the people that hate Fortnite were like, "Oh, it's the end of Fortnite. It's going to be the end of Fortnite. Fortnite's dead. Fortnite's dying. Blah 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 blah." Come on, really? You think Fortnite's going to die? Like the most recognized game out there at the moment, across the world. Like it or not, everybody has heard of Fortnite. They know it, whether it's because their kids play the living hell out of it, or they see it everywhere on TV. They see the figures, they see the llamas, they see the clothing, they see the posts, whatever. Everything is out there about Fortnite. Even the lawsuits, like people know of it because of the lawsuits against them for the dances and everything. Right now, it's just a black hole. Like you can go to Fortnite's Facebook page, and they changed their header image on Facebook to just the picture of the black hole with the blue gases around the black hole. That little bit of light that escapes from the gases. That's all that's around it. And they are still streaming that black hole on Facebook and on Twitch on their Fortnite channels. If you don't believe me, you can check out their VOD now. Excuse me. But so there's been a lot of speculation that there's going to be a new map. But first, let me get back to the whole thing about the moms and dads and everybody going crazy. I have watched videos of people sharing of their kids that Fortnite is killing them because their kids are so angry because they can't play it. And it's kind of fucked up. And Suicide pointed this out to me earlier today. They picked a horrible fucking time to do it because today, Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day, a lot of businesses are closed. A lot of offices are closed.
Think about that.
Schools are closed. I didn't think about it either. I didn't think about it either until she said it. Schools are closed across the nation. So you got people that are home, kids, adults that are lucky enough to get holidays off.
I guess I'll go outside and ride a bike.
And so one of the days that would have had the biggest traffic or the most continuous traffic on the game being a holiday, and the game's been down for going on 36 hours now, going on 36 hours. Parents are pissed. Moms are writing in, my kid is so upset. I can't believe we spent all this money and Fortnite's just gone. It's over. Yada, yada, yada. Like, really? You really think it's over? You think they're going to just do that to the biggest moneymaker in gaming at the moment? I could get onto that whole spiel, but that's the gist of it. Parents are getting pissed off and commenting on Fortnite's stream on Twitch and on Facebook. So I find it absolutely hilarious that these people are freaking out about this because we all know it's coming back. Speculation is 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Could you imagine if the developers of Fortnite actually were like, yeah, we're done, deuces, and they just dipped out. Like, there's no more Fortnite. They shut the servers down. There's some CEO up in his 58-story building at the top just holding money. He's like, gotcha. I got all of you. All your money's mine. Like, oh, dude, that makes me happy. I don't know why, but it does. Like, good for you, man.
That is like the most sadistic and fucked up thing I've ever heard in my life, and I absolutely fucking love it.
I actually was pretty surprised. I got on before we actually started recording this. I jumped on. And when you log in and load into the player screen, it shows your character like you normally would set up to play, and then your character just gets sucked into the black hole. So it's kind of cool to do that, and it's just a black screen. It's a black screen with nothing. So it's kind of cool how they're really sticking to this.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the way that they're doing it. And Fortnite, whether you like or hate Fortnite, whether you love it or not, I enjoy playing it. I will be straightforward. I enjoy playing it. I have spent money on the skins and everything else. You know why? Because I'm a goddamn adult. I have disposable income. I can do what the fuck I please.
Yeah, mom.
So, and it's a free-to-play title. If you don't pay for shit, if you don't buy some shit and support them, they're not going to be able to pump out the shit. And honestly, that's why they are so successful, because they are releasing shit that people want. They release updates weekly. How many other games out there can you really say that they release updates weekly? Whether they're adding or removing or stabilizing or changing the map, and they're always adding stuff to the map. It's little changes here and there, like the robot back at the volcano, last season. They're building a robot daily or weekly or whatever. They're adding changes to it. And then the rocket that happened on this event. Oh, and so if you didn't see the event, basically the rocket launch that was at Dusty Depot, and basically it spun out like a bunch of tiny rockets, and then the meteor that was close to the map kind of like went over, I believe it was Loot Lake. Like it kind of got portaled over Loot Lake, and then it dropped, and then that's basically what happened was a massive explosion that created a black hole. But before all that happened, like everybody's characters kind of got launched up into the air and like drifted away from the island, and then watched it all happen, and then all of a sudden you just see the black hole, and boom, that was
Made
the
that
event.
sound effect too, actually.
It did. It did.
Oddly enough, I heard some lore on the 7 rockets that it split into. Apparently, there's like 7 omniscient beings that like oversee the world of Fortnite, and that was supposed to be them, I guess. I have some
That's
back lore. I don't know anything about it, but
I don't either, but that's pretty badass. Like that's I mean that's pretty badass. And Fortnite, like Overwatch, they have a lot of those little cutscenes that they release with a lot of the major updates, especially the seasons, which is kind of cool. And they seem to kind of follow something similarly. Excuse me, like they change it up. It's never the same exact thing, but they kind of tie into one another in some way, shape, or form. A lot of it's kind of subtle,
mm.
but I find that to be interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised. Excuse me, man.
You good? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Just keep wanting to belch and like hiccup and not do it into the microphone, so I apologize.
Professionalism.
Yeah, I don't
Keep your
want to.
composure. Keep your
I don't
composure.
want to do all that stuff into the microphone. Come on, man. I'm not a complete dickhead.
As you turd and just
Uh,
vomit it off screen. And as I was saying,
yep. Hey,
Fortnite.
got to keep chugging along, man. Got to keep it moving along. Um, but there's a lot of speculation. There was a trailer that leaked actually today, but they were on top of it, man. Like within 20 minutes, people were getting hit with DMCA violations and copyright strikes, and like,
What?
yeah, Twitter channels or Twitter users getting shut down. I guess some YouTube channels got shut down. Some people had it on Twitch and they got caught with violations. Dr. Disrespect streamed it. Like he played the trailer on his stream. I don't know
I
if
did
anything
see that.
happened, but his VOD was still up. Um, I might get ready to check it if I'm
I
gonna
think they're letting some of the bigger names like King Richard, like they're letting some of those guys go with it.
right,
Um, because I mean that's your clientele. Like those are the guys that are
right,
promoting your games for you, big names that are promoting it for free most of the time.
right.
But like if Ninja decided, hey, I'm gonna stream it on Mixer and not Twitch, still feels bad, still hurts. Um, they're not gonna knock him and shut his channel down for it. They might give him an email
No,
like, dude, what the hell? Like, stop.
right. And that, I mean, I think that's a lot of what the biggest deal is, or biggest thing about it, all that is. Currently, right now, there are almost 140,000 people watching Fortnite. A few of them are watching a couple channels that are playing like old videos, but there's 31.8 thousand viewers on Fortnite's channel watching this black hole.
That's amazing that you don't even got to put anything up anymore. People are gonna watch that crap.
That's and once again, I apologize for looking at my phone, but this is just I feel like it's perfect to kind of discuss this. That's just on Twitch, and then their Facebook channel right now is down to 726 viewers, but still interesting enough.
That one guy that won't leave his monitor and he's just staring at it the whole time, like, come on, baby, I know it's coming.
There are literally people that I have seen that have said they're now they can say whatever the hell they want, but there's been people in the chats because I periodically just check it to see if anything changes, and the one guy I've literally seen commenting all day long, like I
He
think
just
sitting
he
there
just
like,
comments, nope, nothing yet.
yeah,
uh,
man, I don't
that,
know.
that guy's a hero. Um, what? Let me ask you this: what would you like to see as far as this next season? Like, what's some changes you would like to see? Because it looks like, I mean, from the trailer that I saw, and I'm sure you saw the same one, the graphical changes look amazing. I mean, it
Yes,
looks like a completely different game.
they they look so much different than what we've seen before. I think his video that he had that had the trailer on it got taken down because I was just
Ah,
looking at his channel. I gotta find it. But anyway, yes, the graphical changes are. Oh man, I don't know.
looks way
Like
smoother, like more
it
crisp,
does.
like not as
Like
cartoony, but still kind of
like
retaining
it's
the same.
yeah, it's still cartoony, but it's not crude.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if that's the best way to put it. But yeah, it looks smooth, and like some of the characters that I saw and some of the things, like I don't want to talk too much because Suicide's sitting next to me. She hadn't seen it, and I don't want to like spoil anything for her. But you know, I had to fucking check it out. Um, Plus, I don't know if like I mean, it's not nothing's gonna happen, but I don't want to get in trouble for talking about shit that's not supposed to be talked about yet. But by the time this is
See
up,
a
it's released
shoe
anyway.
flying across the screen, smacking you in the face.
That's what I'm more concerned about. That and like potentially a knife or anything else that she might have, like her keyblade that's sitting right next to her that she already pointed at me
God.
earlier. Yeah.
You
Uh,
PlayStation users, your Kingdom Hearts.
Anyway, wait, like it's man, I don't know. It definitely a massive change to the map. And like you said, you watched the trailer, correct?
Yes, yes.
Did you notice like all I'm gonna say is like how like the one character jumped off and like he was going down towards the river by the waterfall?
Oh, he did a nosedive into the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of wondering like it from the trailer. It looks like they took a lot of like PUBG type elements from it. You know,
Yeah,
well,
I
I
thought
will
the
say,
hiding. Oh, go ahead.
um, you know, with the their vehicles are still there. I'm not going to get into the vehicles and everything. I'm not going to give a lot of specifics, but it definitely looks like they took some elements from PUBG and put it into Fortnite, which is fantastic because it looks like it's going to be fresh. It looks like it's going to be fun, and I think I might enjoy playing it more than I am right now. Because basically, right now we get on, we grind out the challenges. Suicide jumps on for me all the time and plays for my challenges because I'm working so much overtime and I'm doing so many different things. I don't have the time to play it to do the challenges all the time. Because like I literally got on this last week and played one game of Team Rumble, and then I got offline because I had to go to bed to get up for work. So shit like that, but it looks interesting. And now that I've rambled on for like the last 10 minutes, I'll let you go on and talk about it. I apologize.
Nah, the only things I was really gonna touch on is the whole hiding aspect. Like a guy or a team runs by, dude jumps out of the dumpster. Could you imagine you're sitting there just farming mats, you hit the dumpster and a dude pops out, you're like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for this. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting, or like trying to get away from people. You don't have to build your way out of it. You can now like get to a certain point and hide. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I also I'm curious because I was reading up on it and I read a rumor, and it is just a rumor. Supposedly, they're going to have two types of battle royale out. There's
Mm-hmm.
going to be one you can build in, one you cannot build in. I don't like building. Every time I play that damn game, I gotta hire a contractor to follow me around and build my like one by one because I can't. I'm not used to it. I don't like it. It's whatever. When like the ground game came out where you didn't have to build or you had minimum materials, I loved that game mode. But I did see that the player was like walking by and he was shooting a gas station pump,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually exploded and it took out some of the building with it. Those are quality of life changes that I'm happy to see because it's going to be little things, a lot of little things that make a big difference in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Fortnite didn't have to do this. They could have
Right.
kept the same formula they were doing for the next 4 to 5 years, and people still would have ate it up. Now you're probably going to have way more people coming in to your fan base because you decided to make this big. I think they're calling it like what chapter two or
They're
something
calling
like
it
that.
Chapter 2, yeah, which is fitting
So
because it came out 2 years ago.
so maybe
You know,
this could be your Fortnite two in a sense. I
right?
mean,
And like
it,
a lot of people are complaining right now because it still says early access and everything. But I started thinking about, I was like, with it being an early access or beta, that allows them to put the updates and everything out much faster.
mhm,
Because I don't know if they really consider a game being fully released and full fledged title if they're not pumping out the updates.
right.
With the
Or
changes to the map and everything else. I don't know everything that's got to go into it for. Um,
mhm.
or maybe like all the stuff that they've been doing is just kind of a test for the chapter 2, and then this is going to be like the main deal, main thing that they've been working towards. Who knows? All I can say is, like them or hate them, they have an incredible development team that is at the top of the industry right now. No game
yeah,
tops Fortnite. Like they keep, of course, people start like there's games that start to surpass Fortnite on Twitch and everything else on viewer base. a lot of that started when Ninja left Twitch. So it's bound to happen. But still, like Fortnite in general, without anything going on, they're still topping some big games that are having tournaments going on. Like I rarely saw Overwatch surpassing Fortnite in viewer totals, even when the Overwatch league was going
Yeah.
on. So, and that to me is just absolutely crazy.
I
But
don't know if this is true, but I just looked it up and it says most likely scenario is that Fortnite Season 11 will start Thursday, October 17th. I don't know if they put a date out. I haven't really looked it up other than that.
I haven't seen anything that
So,
showed a date. I take it back. I saw a file earlier, but I take all the shit with a grain of salt because I didn't see
right.
it directly from the from the data mining. Um,
This
but
was
there
on
was
CNN, so take it with a grain of salt as well.
yeah. It said something about 10:15, which I believe is tomorrow, correct?
It is.
Yeah.
When
So
when does their servers update?
it's
Is
usually
it Tuesdays?
Tuesdays or Thursdays.
Okay, well the 17th is Thursday, so if we don't get any, we'll probably get word tomorrow, I would assume, on what the
Yeah.
plan is, or they're going to change something. And then Thursday you might see like an actual date or a release.
Could you imagine if they actually left their entire game down for like 4 days? Like
That's a lot of
that's
revenue you're not picking up.
right, but that's like a lot of stuff that you must be doing to your
It's,
freaking title.
it's a lot of keyboard warriors fighting the good fight on your, not on your end, but
Right.
like
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
you're going to have a lot of angry parents on your hands.
I mean, yeah, they're already bad enough as is. Can you imagine what's going to be in a few days if their kids still can't play and they're getting irritated?
There's there's probably some parents that are thankful this has happened too, though, on the same end. They're like, hey, you were playing too much as is, so I mean, we'll see. I'm an like a casual Fortnite player. I'll put it that way. So even seeing this for me, I'm excited. I know people who don't play Fortnite that are kind of curious as to see what's going to happen and what's going on, but
Yeah.
definitely good things on their end from what that trailer showed.
Do you think you'll find yourself playing it more with the changes that you saw in the trailer?
Definitely, 100%. If they do that whole, like I said, the two game modes or the two set in stone game modes, the
Hmm.
non-building, I'll play that regularly on my channel. I got no problem with that.
I would love to see the that mode, and I would love to see it with like a ranked style.
Hmm.
We've already talked about before how they're adding the skill-based matchmaking and everything, but I would like to see a ranked, even if it's not for like the Fortnite, big tournaments, but even if they have like a ranked mode where you get something, whether it's V-Bucks or whatever for getting to a certain point or just, whatever, I would kind of like to see it for that,
Oh yeah,
or
definitely.
can't wait to see what they do with new game modes. Like it's every time, every season ends, I'm like, I'm gonna not play it as much. I might not get the battle pass, yada yada yada, and every fucking season, I still do it.
Like crack, man, can't get away from it
Right, but I mean, like throughout the battle pass, I get the V Bucks to be able to get the battle pass without buying it,
for
like paying
next year,
for it.
yeah, or for the next season, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, why not? Like, I got the V Bucks, so I might as well just go ahead and get it. You get like 6 skins and a bunch of emotes, and now you got your weapon skins and vehicle skins and all that kind of stuff. So, like, it just adds more to it. I mean, what's it really matter? So,
Yeah, you play your cards right in that game, you never really have to spend a penny unless you really
right,
want to.
right,
So that's kind of nice, and I'm glad that they give players the opportunity because they could easily be like $15 for a battle pass, $10 for a battle pass, and then you got to do the same thing next season. They don't have to give you the opportunity of getting it back. And it's something
right.
that I'd really like to see Apex do is to
Mhm.
give you enough coins, like Apex coins, to be able to buy your battle pass for the next season. Or if
Right,
I would also like to see them say, you know what, if you get to level 100 in your battle pass, or well, I guess it'd be 110 in Apex, but get to level 100 in Fortnite, we'll gift you a free battle pass for next season.
they did that a few seasons ago.
Did they?
Like if you had purchased, I can't remember if you had to hit tier 100 to get the next season's battle pass, or if they automatically gave it to you because you had that battle pass. I can't remember exactly how they did it, or I think you had to complete challenges. I think
Mm-hmm.
it had a specific set of challenges that you had to complete to get the next season's battle pass. But like Fortnite was doing it to where if you purchased the previous season's battle pass, they automatically gave you like 5 tiers with the next one if you purchased it, things like that. Um, yeah, I mean it's they constantly add stuff and they give back, and even with the Save the World mode, if you have Save the World, you can get V-Bucks for free just by playing it and completing
Yep.
your quests and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, it's I'm interested to see where it goes from there. Who knows? Maybe I'll start playing it way more than I usually do. Like I said, I got no problem making a regular game mode. It is entertaining to watch some of those guys do what they do on there, and not saying I'm at that caliber at all, but if they put in that no build game mode, I definitely will be a little bit better of a player.
yeah,
So,
I agree because nine times out of 10, if I lose a gunfight, it's because of building. Like
yep.
Suicide and I played duos probably last week, maybe almost a week ago, and it was down to one other team and us, and I fell off the build. I still say my controller is screwed up, which I showed
Chip
on last episode.
damage.
And like I took a bunch of fall damage, and I just couldn't recover from it because the circle was so small and the other team was rushing us. So, but it is what it is. But if they do that mode without building, I could see a bunch more wins because I don't have many. I don't play enough like the squads and solos and duos to really get a ton of wins because we play
Hmm.
so many of the like specialty modes like the Team Rumble, Disco Domination, and all that. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But on that note, we're going to conclude this episode of Middle of Nowhere's Potato Aim podcast. Also, we do have a Discord channel, and I'm encouraging all of you, if you want to just, tell us where we messed up, if we said a date wrong or something like that, or
Hmm.
misinformation, or you have information for us, or just want to say hello or tell us that we're doing a terrible job. Either way, we'll link the Discord channel down below. I'm going to start being on it regularly, at least a couple times a day, just to say hi, talk to people, get the feedback, what they want to see on an episode, what they could have done without in the episode. Um, who knows? Maybe we'll do something along the lines where we'll have a fan or two on, uh, down the road or something like that. But other than that, you can find us wherever podcasts are available. We're still working on iTunes and what was the other one?
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. So hopefully we'll get those going soon. Um, Make sure if you enjoy what you watched, if you're a fan of the channel, you can check out our other podcast. We got the Crimson Mask, Off Tackle. Is that still going on here and there? No, we're gonna get to see a return of it.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
so much other stuff going on. We weren't able to keep up
right.
with it, and then vacations and everything. So we don't know. Maybe we'll try a fresh start after the season ends or something. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe we'll do a specific episode here or there. Maybe it'll just be a specialty. Who knows? We don't know.
right. It's we got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that not a lot of people understand. It's not as easy as get on, record an episode, edit it, throw it on, and then keep
Mm.
doing it over and over. Like there's a lot of things that we're trying to keep up with off scene and all
Yes.
that with our own respective projects and this. But
Yeah, and
this is
then
a
yeah,
this is a constant for us.
yeah, and then working and everything else, and I just started school, so yeah, it's
So it's a lot to keep up with, but we're doing it for you guys. We're
yep.
trying. Um, so on that note, like I said, you can find us wherever podcasts are available, other than those two that we're still trying to get on. But I'm Bumpy Rug. You can find me at twitch.tv Bumpy Rug, Instagram at Bumpy Rug, and Twitter at Rug Bumpy. Got from me.
I am, and I am Raveneff. You can find me on twitch.tv/Raveneff and then on Instagram and Twitter at Raveneff0_. Oh, and if you listen to any other podcasting service that we are not on, let us know. Tell us who you like to use, and we'll look into trying to get put on there as well. Um, yeah. Any suggestions, compliments, concerns, anything else?
I'm all good.
Yep. I'll listen to any feedback. We got to figure out a segment to call it. You know, um, GG no re, something like that. If
You
we're
guys
wrong or we
messed
screw up
up
something.
bad.
Yeah, well, we got to figure out a name for some of our segments and things like that we do every episode. But it is what it is. We'll get there. It's we're still chugging along. It's only our 16th episode, right? 15th, 16th, something like that. See, we can't even
16th.
remember what episode we're on. Yeah,
16th
16th.
episode.
16th. So yeah, we'll get there. But thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we're about to hit that 1 hour mark. So deuces.
Bye.